Now I'm recording. Okay, folks. This is Colin from Kincaid Outdoors. I'm at a new park today, Thomas Mitchell Park in Mitchellville, Iowa. I am here hiking this thing for the first time. Found this place late last night, early this morning, and has 174 acres. A lot of it, if you look behind me, is wooded, as you can see. I'm not sure if you can hear it in the background. There are some frogs. This is open to deer hunting during the season, so who knows, we might even find a deer stand or two hidden somewhere, or even some lost arrows, which would be kind of cool. I'm not sure if this is about the time of year where mushrooms pop up, but I hate to say this, but I can't pick them. I'm allergic. I do the best I can with what I've got, as the saying goes. I'm old, I'm fat, and I use gear cobbled together. I'm not as good as my friends are, but then again, they had a lot more experience. So I do the best I can. Sorry for saying that too often. I normally go backpacking and stuff like that, and recording my backpacking trips as I go. So these little short trips are something new for me to do. I wish you guys could see this place in its entirety, because just looking at it through the camera doesn't do it justice. I mean, it's a little gray right now because it's still a little early in the year. Spring hasn't really sprung yet, as the saying goes, but it's pretty cool, I think. Oh, great. They have one of those cell phone tour things like Tyler Woods said on his channel, from Tyler Woods Bushcraft. It says Thomas Mitchell Trails. Let's see here. Oh wow, that's pretty good size. I am at stop 4, and let me see here. That's probably where it goes that way. Okay, I'll turn it on so you can see it. There's everything right there. Please forgive me the wiggle. I'm right here on the map. I parked way over here. So it's a little bit of ways to go. So I'm going to be heading down this way, another half mile to the next intersection where the campgrounds is. I'm not sure where the tents ones are, if they have them. They're supposed to be. Oh, maybe over by the youth campground, maybe. Well, let's keep on moving and see where we're at. So we're keeping on. I'm using my GoPro walking stick instead of my normal hiking poles, and I still have to get used to that because I've always been a hiking pole type of person. Oh man, please forgive me on the thing. I gotta blow my nose. Sorry about that, folks. I had to do it. Can't breathe without them. That's some squirrel sign. It's a nice little trail. I mean, not overly large or long or anything like that, but the hike's pretty good. I'm used to hiking longer. I'll ask Tyler and Mark and all them to see if they can help me figure this out, because this editing stuff is going to be tricky. Figuring what to keep, what to get rid of. So I might as well just go along and hope for the best. I'm not sure if anybody out there is actually watching this, but I really hope you do. I am so close to my 100th subscriber hallmark, so it's going to be kind of cool. I've been sitting at 93 for a little while. Hopefully I'm getting those last 7 subscribers. All the best I can do is give you a shout out. And if you're in the local area where I'm at, I would even teach you some archery if you were local. But that's because I teach archery classes when I can. But unlike some people, my job is essential and I have to work even through all this self-isolation stuff. It's not easy, especially when my wife gets stuck home and I have to head off to work at 5 in the morning. Oh man, this is a beautiful place. It's not as green as Tyler's video from yesterday, but I think I did a pretty good picking on spots. What do you guys think? Would you guys come hiking here? Maybe set up a bushcraft shelter somewhere, if you can get away with it. Oh, looks like they were trying to chop this tree down. Look at this. Guys, look at that. Look at that. They're just chopping away at that. Hate to see that thing when it comes down. How tall is that? Let's see. Look way up there. Holy crap, I really hate that. Have that thing come down on me. That's a widowmaker for sure. Oh, sorry about that. Well, let's see here. I'm not too far into my hike. It says, like I said, this sign said it was about a half a mile to the next part of the trail. I gotta switch hands. Just trying to figure out how to work everything. I was so nervous about going out today. Wasn't sure if I was where I was gonna go, or was gonna make the long trip over to Jester Park like Tyler did, because I'm not too far from him. But just trying to find some good spots. Unfortunately, all my favorite spots are about almost 200 miles away over in Yellow River State Forest. Great park. You got to check it out sometime. Was on the top 15 best places to backpack in the United States at one time. Probably isn't anymore, but it's a good starter place to learn how to backpack. So that's why I learned, especially since it was close. Oh man, I really like this spot. It probably goes off into somebody's land over here. Look at that. Going that way. I don't know if I should go that way or not. Probably goes off the park. I'm not going to go that way. I'm going to continue on up the trail that way. I'm not sure if I'm going to have time to actually stop and heat up coffee or not. It's just not that big. Not as rough as I'm used to on the trail. A little easy going. I have to check my All Trails map and see what it says about this one. Probably marked as easy, because the trails are fairly defined and level, and they have benches. No, not just a little couple logs with a board across it. They have a bench back there, as you can't probably see it yet, but I'll show it to you. Isn't this interesting? Watching an old fat guy walk around and talk to the camera. Well, this is one of those high fancy ones here. Check that out. Don't see those on most of the trails I hike. Though I do have my overnight gear, just not on me. Got my fishing gear. Who knows? Might try some fishing. Might hook up my GoPro, because it should be charged by the time I get done hiking this. Oh, I see some flowers. I'm not sure if I can zoom in or not, but there's some flowers down there. I'm not sure what kind they are, because botany is not my forte, or is wild edibles, except for my, the basics, berries, nuts, which kind of sucks for me. I'm allergic to, unfortunately. Ooh, I see a monument up ahead. I'm not sure what it is exactly, but it's fenced in, fancy, and there's flowers, carnations on there. Let's see what it says. Okay. Looks like a tombstone or a grave site. This one says DeWitt died January 26th, 1869, age 84 years, 2 months, and 24 days. Wow. That's a long time ago. Take a look at that, folks. Man, that is just under 100 years before I was born. I was born in the 60s, 1960s, but not 1969, unfortunately. 2 years before that. But it's interesting. Never expected to see anything like that. Things you see while you're hiking on a trail. I guess I'm getting ready to come upon the campgrounds for the campers. Unfortunately, those are the kind you pull behind a car, not tents and stuff like I'm used to. Or it could be the youth camp, what I saw on the map I talked to you about and pointed on earlier. Right now, you can't see it, but I'm heading down that way, like downhill. Check. I think down there to the right is where the youth camp is supposed to be. This is a beautiful day to go hiking. Just a little over freezing. Light breeze. Blue skies, which was really nice. I may have wore a little bit too much clothes. I may have to shuck a layer later. And I definitely have to swap hands because I'm not used to carrying a phone or any camera at this angle for that very long. Because I'm still new to the recording business part. Talking, I can do. As Tyler can attest, I used to run an archery range at Renaissance fairs. Taught archery for over 20 years. Off and on. And during one of the tournaments I held, Tyler was one of my champions, which is really cool. We discovered it once a couple weeks ago, if not a month ago, when we went over to Yellow Banks, did an overnight camp. We were just talking and found out he won one of my tournaments, which is, I think, it's freaking cool. Okay, we're coming upon a creek, it looks like, in this little youth campground. There's people coming down. So I'm going to let you go for now. Talk to you later.